high. So people have been very disappointed about the game, about Guild Wars 2. With reason, to be fair. There hasn't been a lot of content, and it's been a year since the expansion. And sure, we got Living Season 1, but most people played that already. And we got a strike, which is nice, in 1 year though. And then again, we got in March, or essentially end of February, we got Yao Delve, which was only one map and a bit of story, and the story was not that big of a deal, and the map wasn't even that great either. And I don't blame people for being disappointed for this. It was not that much. Even for open worlders, people were complaining. And for raiders, well, there was not really anything, to be honest. And PvPers, well, I guess World Worlders are okay because they're getting, a little bit of alliances and some reward changes and stuff like that. But overall, not that much for anyone. But I also have seen a lot of people being very depressed about playing the game, even though those people were having a lot of fun beforehand, before getting this content. And well, why is that? I think it makes sense. People wanting to play the game, they're excited for the new content, and once the new content arrives and it's not what you expected, you're like, wait, what is the future of this? So you start being scared of whether you're gonna have fun or not, right? Where you're gonna get the content that you like eventually or never again, right? Also, you start thinking, how much time am I gonna have to wait to get the next part of content? Am I gonna have to wait a new year, another whole year for this? Is the next content we're gonna get as small as this? And because KNet hasn't really communicated about this much or at all, it makes you, very sad and, very disappointed and scared about what the future might hold. I think those things are all reasonable things to think and be scared about, for sure, considering what we had on this game before and what we don't know we're gonna get afterwards. This game has been scuffed for a while. We have had trouble with content for a long time, and now they're saying that, and it's saying that this is not gonna be the case anymore. And the first thing we get for the new way of doing things is not that much. It's pretty scary, right? And of course, I actually think that ANET will kind of behind in things, and they will find a way to create content on a good pace. And right now they're kind of in the disadvantage in terms of doing the content. They pushed out the expansion very fast. It was kind of almost not ready. They did the Resume 1, which they had to do, and now they just obviously pushed Yao Delve very fast because, well, they need to give something after 1 year, I guess. I think most people should ask themselves a very good question. If there are no more updates for a year or two for Guild Wars 2, would you keep playing? If you still would play because, well, you really enjoy the game, there's things you want to do inside of the game, and you're having fun with your friends or whoever, then probably the relevance of a patch is not important for you. You will have fun, you'll be okay. For myself, I probably would. There really isn't a lot of other games that do what Guild Wars 2 does, and I feel like I could not replace the game with anything else in the near future, at least. So I would probably keep playing even then. And if you respond yes to this, then you're good, you're golden. You can play with no worries of what lies in the future. And I guess a lot of people that play the game now have asked themselves these questions way far back, and well, continue doing content for the game and continue having fun for the game, even if they hope to get more eventually. Classic WoW and Guild Wars 1 and other games that are essentially in maintenance mode or dead or whatever, or they have changed too much to be recognized, do this exactly. They create their own content, they continue playing because they really like the game, and even though the developers don't do what they want them to do, they still have fun because, well, they really, really love the game and it's something for them that really means a lot. And I think realizing this, that this is a possibility and that many people can do this, it's kind of uplifting. It kind of frees you to enjoy the game in a different type of way. And of course, if you say no to this, if you think that's not enough, a year or two, that is way too much for me to handle. I want a game that is continuously updated. It's just not enough. No worries. You can always just take a break, play other games, wait for content to release. If the content is good enough for you, then you come back. If it's not, then you keep playing other games and you have it on your radar. It's nothing wrong with that. And of course, as always, you can as well, you cannot just quit the game and play another thing and invest all your time into something else. There's no problem doing that. At the end of the day, games are to have fun. they're not a relationship, you're not married to the game, there's no worries. But you do have to make this decision. You have to know where you lie in between these two camps of playing the game even though for whatever happens, but of course, still hoping for the game to be better and to get more content, or take breaks, play other games, have fun otherwise, in case this is really bothering you and it's not enough for you. Because being in the middle, not knowing where you are, being unsure of what you feel and what you want, it is probably not gonna be good for you, and it will make you very, very sad. Playing this game is great, and for me, I just don't have any other choice. And it's awesome, but it also takes something from you, some emotional investment, some effort to be secure about it, which it shouldn't do, but that is just the case. That's just how it goes, and that happens because of how unsafe everything is. Are we gonna get more content? Are we gonna get the content I like? Everything is very unsafe. You're very, very scared of everything, right? But we play it because we love the game, and I guess we just don't really have a choice. Just like any other games like Melee or Classic, they just love the game, and even when there are faults, we just well, it is what it is, right? That being said, I don't think it's superior to have this perspective. I feel like it's probably sometimes healthier to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna play something else because it's not gonna be how I like it. But I think it's also healthy to say, like, sometimes, like, for the people that it works for, this isn't the game I want it to be, but I like it this way regardless, and I will have fun with it because it's my game, and I like it this way as well. I like it with its faults and with its positive things. And I think people should ask themselves these questions in order to find out where they lie in between these two essentially type of players, so you stop being miserable, because not knowing where you are in these two things is pretty hard to deal with. You will have a very bad experience while playing this game, or honestly by not playing this game, and accepting whichever of these two places you are at is probably the way to go. For me, I really like this game, and there's nowhere else where I can go. I really like doing meta events, I really like doing Wolf of World, I even like doing PvP, the raids, the strikes, everything, and the way the combat interacts with everything in a very, very specific manner, and how much freedom I have to change the way I play to interact with whatever I'm doing. And there's nowhere else I can go to do this, to be honest, sadly. I guess you guys could say that I am hard stuck with this game. Subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, see you guys around.